Hello, everybody. A little bit of a scuffed start. I had gotten stuck in traffic. I did not expect to be running this late. So, we are actually already in the midst of qualifying. Less than 10 minutes to go. You can see the lap times there on the left side of your screen. And that's where we lay. We'll go over that in just a second. But, hello and welcome. This is Delta Online Racing and the Paddock Sim Racing's joint effort event to bring some of the best drivers on a challenging track together to duke it out. This event is to promote both leagues, both Delta Online Racing and the Paddock Sim Racing, as just event organizations, bringing you some of the best events out there. So, we decided to collaborate on a 100-minute stint race, a single stint race at WeatherTech Laguna Seca. Fantastic. We're riding on board with so far your pole leader with 7 minutes to go left in the session. A couple tweets here. Oh, big slide and off the track into the tire wall right after the uphill kink from Lithium. Very fast and dangerous corner. Gravel traps on either side collect you and spit you out real fast indeed. For those of you in chat, how's the audio? Gameplay audio good? Is my audio good? How is it? Copy. Copy. Making the tweets. Making the tweets. Fantastic running. Look at those lap times. Look how close those lap times are. That's so good. Whoa! As you see, a McLaren darting from left to right across the field. They're at the S's. Fantastic. Running those lap times. Sketch out how close those lap times are. That's so good. Great variety of cars here as well. As you see, a McLaren darting from left to right across the field. They're at the S's. Sketch out how close those lap times are. That's so good. Great variety of cars here as well. As you see, a McLaren darting from left to right across the field. They're at the S's. All right. Yes, we will be joined by Smokes, who is here. Hello, Smokes. Great variety of cars here as well. I forgot to hide that. That's fine. I can hear you. We can hear you. Yes, we will be joined by Smokes, who is here. Good, very good. Hello, Smokes. Just a few minutes left in qualifying. ART Lithium still out front by just about a half a second. Not much between. I can hear you. We can hear you. DOR says. Yes, we'll be joined by Smokes, who is here. Good. Hello, Smokes. Just a few minutes left in qualifying. ART Lithium. Sayas jumps up into third. Overall, half a second. Just a few minutes remaining. Not much between. I can hear you. We can hear you. DOR says. Yes, we'll be joined by Smokes, who is here. Good. No, Smokes. How you doing, Smokes? Are you in the spectate mode yet? A few minutes left in qualifying. Sayas jumps up into third. Overall, half a second. Just a few minutes remaining. Look at all the cars there in pit lane. So those drivers probably happy with. How you doing, Smokes? Are you in the spectate mode yet? Sayas jumps up into third. Overall, just a few minutes qualifying times there. Look at all the cars there in pit lane. So those drivers probably happy with. How you doing, Smokes? Are you in the spectate mode yet? A lot I have to do very quickly before we get over. Smokes, don't forget to try and screenshot the final results for qualifying. Cars there in pit lane. Those of you just joining, yes, we are starting a little bit late, but qualifying is now officially over. Drivers are going to be finishing their laps. We'll go over. Smokes, don't forget to try and screenshot the final results for qualifying. Just for funsies. And then we'll have about a 5-minute break or so, and we'll do a little rundown of how the event's going to. Those of you just joining, yes, we are starting a little bit late. Get on for this evening. Qualifying is now officially over. Drivers are going to be finishing their laps. So he dives into pit lane. We'll go over. A few more drivers out on track. Don't forget to try and screenshot the final results for qualifying. And then we'll have about a 5-minute break or so, and we'll pretty much do a little rundown of how the event's going to. Those of you just joining, yes, we are starting a little bit late. Get on, but qualifying is now officially over. Drivers are going to be finishing their laps. So he dives into pit lane. We'll go over. A few more drivers out on track. To try and screenshot the final results. And then we'll have about a break or so. A little rundown of how the event's going to. Just joining, yes, we're starting a little bit late. Get on, but alright, is now officially over. Drivers so that will be recap that. A few more drivers for final grid position. What? I didn't mean to do this. No. That's okay. We'll have to reset anyway. Oh, do I have it in the background? Yeah, oh, yep, you're right. If I don't close a certain window, It does a super delayed thing. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sayes. All right. It should be much better now. I keep hitting my microphone. Oh, go. All right. So that'll be qualifying. I'm in the wrong menu. There we go. All right. Give me a second here. Smokes back in here. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to back out and jump back in real quick. If they would just fix that, that would be fantastic. The whole uh, spectate mode is a little broken. If you go from free practice to qualifying, it's perfectly fine. But if you go from qualifying to race, it takes you out of spectate mode, but it doesn't put you in the game. And if you try to back out or change anything, the game freezes, which is not good. So you can't hear me in party chat. I just sent you an invite. Invite. Party. You have been invited. All right. So let me pull up qualifying results real quick, and we'll go over that while the game decides to take forever to load back in. All right. A little bit of a scuffed start, but that's fine. Up, up, up. Beautiful intro music. Intro music. All right, we'll get back in there. Hopefully it'll work. You still can't hear me. Are you even in the party? You are in the party. Hang on. Let me change something real quick. Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me. Yeah. Sometimes if I unmute and mute myself, or unmute or mute and then unmute myself, sometimes it doesn't unmute. I'm using my cheap headset for this. Yeah. Yeah, no, we good. All right, let me try and jump back into the game, and then we'll go over all of the good stuff. And hopefully it'll. I don't know. I'm gonna jump in there. I'll try real quick. my fingers are so fast that the little keyboard doesn't have the time to react. So I misclick like all the time. All right, we're gonna load back in and we'll see what happens. Join me, stream on this endeavor. All right. And we're not missing anything, stream, by the way. There's a 5-minute kind of cool down for the drivers between qualifying and the race. Yeah, it's not going to work yet. Oh, they're moving. What? It hasn't been 5 minutes yet. And I have... Yeah, I'm going to have to restart the game. It bugged out. Okay. Yeah! It wouldn't be a sim stream if it all went according to plan. Yeah, I should be able to make it just in time. All right. So while we're doing that, I'll go over your qualifying order for the stream. On pole, you have ART Lithium, who took pole with a 122.9. Pretty quick lap time for qualifying conditions. And right behind him, you have EXR Blue Flame. Oop. EXR Blue Flame. Third, second row, you'll have DOR Sayas. Fourth, you'll have DOR Clevesley? I'm looking at this on my phone, so it's small and I don't know how to pronounce words. I'm hurrying. I can only go as fast as the game will allow. Didn't make it back in time. I'm loading in now. Ow! That's so quick. I didn't feel like 5 minutes. Hopefully it worked. The excitement. We're missing all the excitement.
Green light, show them what you got.
Looks like a lot. Yeah, it looks like there was a huge accordion effect there, as well as the mix-up with those 5 cars. Now, green flags, Lithium, and Sayas still out in front. DOR is strong at the top of the grid at the moment. Yeah, the 424 car. Bobby, Lamborghini, off. Oh, spins it, nearly collecting Blue Flame. A little overzealous with the accelerator pedal, trying to get it the right way. Nearly taking out the McLaren of Blue Flame. Still have a car, Trigger, in pit lane. His Ferrari. Yeah, so he was jumped immediately into pit lane. Pretty nose to tail here. After that first lap incident, though, not a lot of action going on between the cars. Still relatively close together on these opening laps. They're starting to fan out quite quickly. Around here just to see who is looking to make moves in the early stage. As they come down through the corkscrew. Fantastic on board with Moon in fourth. Leaders so far really pulling out just a little bit of a gap. The 17, 9, 10, and 14 just pulling out a little bit there in front of Boone. Great battle going on here between the two Audis. Astonished, and Boone off in the gravel on the right-hand side, right out of turn 4 and 5. What happened there? But he is still in the gravel and came to a stop and jumped back to pits. I'm not entirely sure if he collected the wall coming out of 4 or not, but he's in pit lane. He'll drop through the field quite quickly. I don't know. Just coming out of 4, he was in the gravel on the right-hand side of the track. And then he came to a stop at turn 5 into the uphill and jumped up to pits. And we did lose Trigger. So he is out as well. But Boone's still in pit lane. Battle still here in the mid-pack. The 5th of Biffy and GRT Arish all over each other. Audi Ferrari here in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Sure that first lap incident threw the rhythm off of a lot of those drivers that were in the mid-pack, because I'm sure a lot of positions were exchanged, but we do have a lot of time. Yeah, he lost a lot of ground. Nearly 3 seconds of time lost there coming through the final corners. No position change. Puts him within reach of RZM Bobby, though. Yeah, making his way through the field, capitalizing on any little mistake that anybody is doing at the moment. A lot of ground there. As ART Lithium, your overall race leader at the moment, coming down the corkscrew. 4 laps into this race with an hour and 33 minutes remaining. 17 car doing well. A little bit of breathing room there from DORCES, but no need to relax at this point. Lots of fast guys in this lobby. You need to be on your game the entire time. Let's go. Once again, this series is brought to you by both racing leagues of Delta Online Racing and the Paddock Sim Racing. Both really stepping up and tackling the ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione online multiplayer leagues. Both of us trying to flex a little bit of racing prowess, spread the word of the sim racing world to everybody. And not just these guys here and these, higher tiered skilled drivers. Both leagues will work with you if you are kind of new to sim racing. Any questions you have or any concerns about league racing in Assetto Corsa or any other game, really, ask. Flame spins again. He was up into 14th. McLaren very fast here, but apparently a little unstable here in these conditions. Looks like there's a Lexus there, a little bit further down the road. It's off track. Just a little bit ground loss, but no position loss. Ooh, Bentley getting a little sideways there through the kink as Medicate Nation goes off wide through the kink. Definitely. That Lexus is very comfortable in all kinds of conditions out on track, but with that damage, it's definitely going to slow him down over the length of this race. Yeah, definitely. You might want to possibly rework his pit strategy to come in a little sooner, get that damage fixed, and hopefully put himself back out on clean track to gain that loss in the pits from the damage in lap 1. I hadn't done any particular testing myself, but I believe they should be pretty close to the entirety of the stint. So I believe depending on what map they're at, they might be able to go the entirety of the race. As there's a battle, as Nation goes on the far side. They're 3 wide into turn 5 there between Nation, the Ferrari of Dan, and I'm not entirely sure that Bentley. I think that's Ziki in the Bentley. Also gets around the Ferrari as they head up through, and we'll see in the time. Yeah, Ziki made his way around Dan Maverick as well. Yeah, this is a very heavy tire wear track. You're using that right front, technically just the right side, excessively on this track. Whether it's into turn 1, the uphill, the kink, or the corkscrew, you're always on that right side, so you're going to be manipulating pressures quite a bit. So being kind to your tires here is going to be your best route in the long run if you're going for that long run stint. Trying to split it, probably be a little more aggressive on your tire wear. pending if you have no damage. Yes. It's Blue Flame and Ferrari of Chosen One battling out as Blue Flame makes his way around. Blue Flame started in the pits, right? Didn't he start this race in the pit lane? Yeah. Yeah, so he's still got massive pace in that number 22 McLaren. And he's got a car just up the road from him, about 5 seconds. At this pace, he'll work his way up the field quite effectively. Yeah, so that could have been... Oh, he's off track just then. Going off track in the bottom of the corkscrew. Yep. Losing his position back from the 520 car, Chosen One. Several battles going on just a little bit further up the road. Dan Maverick in danger of losing another position to the Lexus of Cleavesy, is 14. Basically just looking for a way around at this point, as we missed the pass from Fudge just a little bit ago. Little dab of the brakes, find your turn-in point for that kink. Very crucial. Turn as he Cleavesy looks to the inside line into the corkscrew. Couldn't get it done there. Maverick kind of closed the door as they head into the bottleneck point of the corkscrew. Going a little wide there. Yes. Now 10 laps into this race. Yeah, I believe that little bobble by Sayas really threw him off his game. Not to take anything away from Lithium, that guy is a batshit crazy when it comes to actual race pace. Yeah, he finally lost that position to Cleavesy. Yeah, oh, there's a car off just up the road from him, the 14, the car. 14, that's Cleavesy, yeah, Cleavesy off in turn 5. Yeah, a little bit of a off there, but he has TPSR Elzebor in the BMW, the 67 BMW, now knocking on his door after that little off in turn 5. And Blue Flame moving up very quickly with all of these small mistakes, but they're very time-consuming and costly over the long run of these endurance races. You need to manage your pace. And still the 444 machine of Boone, still in pit lane, hasn't left. For TPSR Elzebor at the moment as Blue Flame looks to the inside, going through Andretti turns 1 and 2 there. On the outside, doing an over-under move on Elzebor. A little bit of a unexpected look from Blue Flame, but Blue Flame made his way around. No damage done to either car. It was good heads-up driving there by Elzebor to not make any contact and to not lose any ground. It is that is very true. All the small offs that we've had thus far, could all add up at the end. Very long race to go. Yeah, your race leader is the slowly making his way towards the brake markers after 12 laps of race pace here. Ooh. As Johnny overshoots the corkscrew by quite a bit there, but allows race leader by. Blue flags flying for him. No issues with that pass, and Lithium is on his way. Arish not far up the road from them either. On board with that battle. So it looks like Cleavesy made his way around Dan Maverick of the Ferrari once again, as Blue Flame is right there on the shadow of that battle as well, moving up very quickly. Yeah, you have a 4-car battle there mid-pack. I'm sure Arish is starting to sweat just a bit with those big grilled Mercedes and the Bentley behind him as they come through the corkscrew like a train. Yeah, especially how hard they're pushing right now. I'm sure the pressure's definitely in that right side. No, I don't think anybody will. With the performance of the cars and the driver's skill that we have here today, I don't think if you're holding something in the car, like pace-wise back, you're just not gonna come out ahead as far ahead as you anticipate yourself being. Yeah. Ooh, a little bit wide there from Sean. Even Nation and Zeke to push for that position. Nearly 3 wide up through the corkscrew, or the kink. As Zeke goes through as well. Trying to get the pass done on Sean. Leaves. Yeah, save the car now to try and make that pass a little bit later in the race. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Fudge losing it. Oh, contact between Dan and Dan Maverick and Fudge going through the bottom of the corkscrew. A little bit of spinning there as we saw the tail end of that as we watched that battle happen, and Fudge diving into pit lane. Fudge already had damage from the lap 1 incident, so this is just going to, as Maverick's still off in the final corner there. Yeah, we're on board with him at the moment. He may have some serious damage that he didn't know, so he'll have to go all the way back around. Yeah, he'll definitely be pushing that tire wear, but it is manageable in an hour 17 on this track. As that mid-pack battle is still going on strong between PTG, Sean, Zeke, and Medicate Nation. Forget Erish still up there, just about a few seconds up the road. At this point, it's going to be no time at all before you have Cleavesy and Blue Flame also in that battle at the pace that they're going. Oh, as you have the 424 car off track again. Bobby losing it just outside of turn 5. I'm wondering if Bobby has damage as well from the beginning of that race. Oh! Who is that? Was that Johnny? Johnny going off super wide there into the corkscrew. Wondering if RZ and Bobby has damage on that Lamborghini. Yeah, he's diving into pits. Yeah, he's got damage either from the beginning or we missed something at some point. Yeah, I know the pace of Bobby. He is a very quick and very consistent driver. For him to be pushing in the car like that, he had to have had some kind of damage. It's Blue Flame now up into 10th after starting the race in pit lane and having a loop a little bit into the race, all over the back of Dior Cleavesy. Sean dropping tires a little bit. Zeke looking to the inside for that 6th position. Sean going a little wide through turn 3. Yeah, that... Yeah, and those curbs are quite sharp, especially coming off of the sand and back onto the track. If you do that a lot, it's not only going to be dangerous for tire wear. Oh, is Medicate Nation off just behind that battle? Yeah, he nearly loops it. But he's going to lose a few more positions as he's trying to fight the car back up onto the black stuff, as both Blue Flame and Cleavesy take positions away from Medicate Nation. It could have been worse. Yes. PTG Sean losing position to Zeke in the final turn there. We just hopped on board to watch that battle as Sean has the inside line heading into the final turn. Both Zeke just a little bit ahead in protecting his position from Sean. That battle is not over. Although, if they keep battling that the way that they are, you're going to leave Erish out there by himself to gain a little bit of room. Yes. Yeah, race leader now 15 seconds ahead of second place as we ride on board as the curse of the commentator strikes again. ART Lithium nearly looping it out of turn 3 and almost all the way into turn 4. That was a very long tail whip, but he managed to collect the car quite nicely. Yeah, it's still about 15 seconds between him and the second place car of Dior Saez. And a little bit further back. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep saying it over and over. It's gonna sound like a broken record. The tires here are definitely going to be an issue later on. Yeah, once Zeke got a little bit of clean air, he is kind of just pacing himself a little bit ahead of Sean every few sectors. But now Sean is actually looking a little under attack now as both Cleavesy and Blue Flame starting to reel Sean in. Yeah, their pace is very similar at the moment between those two, between Cleavesy and Blue Flames. I think they're just trying to work together to make themselves, you know, work in tandem to bring themselves up through the field. Yeah, if you have the strategy down, you can arrow work yourselves. Not a crazy long straight, but Bobby for 424 Lamborghini off track in turn 4. There's a little bit of ground there. At this point, several cars a lap down from the race leader. Ooh, as Bobby goes super... Oh, bit of a hip check. And a little bit of a hip check going side by side through that kink in the uphill. Sean just got a little bit of loose. Looks like he either hit that curb just a little wrong or the car became unstable. Knocked Zeke, or not Zeke, but Arish just a little bit silly off into the sand. Yes, there were a lot of cars there, so I'm sure there were. But now, Cleavesy and Blue Flame moving up the grid, both 6th and 7th overall at the moment. Yeah, definitely. Started out quite rough in pit lane with a spin early on. Oh, looking to the inside through the Andretti corner on Cleavesy. Maybe Blue Flame is trying to find his way around now. Up far enough. Let's see how far we can go on our own. That is pretty much the most prominent battle on track at the moment, as your leader just crosses the start-finish line for 22 laps down and 1 hour and 9 minutes remaining. And chat, if you have any particular driver that you would like to spectate or spy on, let me know in the chat. We will be more than happy to accommodate. Or any particular drivers that you're cheering for, rooting for, we'd like to know. It's the EXR Thunders and the Acura or Honda loops it there through the kink, top of the hill, losing 2 positions there. Oh, and Thunder's losing it again in the second to final corner there, the downhill section. As race leader will come up right behind him. 17 just put a lap down on Elzebor. Pace out of your top 3 drivers right now is still quite impressive. Maverick loops it. Yeah, they're in the turns 1 and 2. So on driver's left. Going a lap down from the race leader at this point. 23 laps completed. So, Arish and Cleavesy were in pit lane. They're just now leaving pit lane. So I wonder if they made their stop and they're going to push it for the end of the race now. They could run race pace and make the end with tires and fuel with just enough to spare. Arish and Dior Cleavesy, they both left pit lane this last lap. I noticed them both coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they took tires or not. I didn't see how long they were in pit lane. Yeah. We'll just have to speculate on their pace a little bit later on. As Cleavesy making a move on Johnny Shots. Going across the line. Johnny Shots. It was a battle for overall position. Didn't really put up much of a fight going off the racing line. Oh, Cleavesy spins it. In turn 5, going uphill. Pointing the wrong direction as cars come by. Spins it off track to get pointed in the right direction. Still a little squirrely, just now back out on track. It is, yeah, especially on that hill in the sand. Very challenging to get pointed in the right direction. He is back on it. Lost a lot of ground. And just collecting his lap back. Or a lap back from TG Sean. Coming onto the front straight and completing lap 26. We're going to be doing a lot of laps here this evening. Johnny's shots down a lap. Final corner. Through the kink. Heading into the corkscrew, yeah. Yes. And no other cars were around at the time, so no harm, no foul. Still about 8.5 seconds up the road from second place of DOR Sayas. Yeah, as soon as Zeke got around battle of Sean and Nation, his pace just kind of took over and started pulling away from that battle as they continued to battle. Now he's caught the tail end. Yeah, that Bentley is quite intimidating in your rear view mirror. I have to say that after running many an hour in the Bathurst 12-hour. Yeah, you can't miss it. It's probably very distracting, I'd have to say. Oh, Medicate Nation in pit lane, just pulling into pit lane. Oh, Zeke with the inside line there on Astonish. Astonish? I don't know how I said that. And Zeke made his way around as while they were both battling, Blue Flame slowly starting to reel them in as Zeke is through. Okay, yeah, so Medicate Nation will take tires as he's losing a few positions now. It's a 424. It's Bobby. RZM Bobby is stopped just outside of the final turn against pit wall. Not sure if he missed pit lane or he's having technical issues. As Blue Flame making the move on Astonish 9844 into the turns 2. Excuse me. Yes, definitely. As the 424 machine in the gravel in the second corner. Quite far into the gravel. I wonder if he collected a wall at some point. Yeah, he is going super slow. Johnny shots and pits. It seemed like a pretty short stop. I did not see when he came in, so he could have taken tires. We are now officially under an hour left to go here in this race. 58 minutes to go. Nearly halfway through this race. Definitely not in that Bentley. Great pace. No, I mean, but from definitely indeed the 910 car of Sayez and the 23 of I call him Beefy. I don't know why. I just feel like I need to call him Beefy. I mean, dude, yeah, I mean, that's what he's doing. He's doing a beefy job. He's keeping the car clean. He's making good, clean passes on lap down cars at the point. Both him and Sayez, as well as your race leaders, they complete lap 30. I mean, they're not making any unnecessary passes or unpredictable moves to keep them quite, clean and ahead of everybody else, as well as their overall race pace. Fantastic racing by those guys. And as we reach the halfway point, I personally am going to throw in EXR Blue Flame. Fantastic pace, as well as strategy of coming through the field. I mean, we keep saying it. He did start in pit lane at the beginning. Had a few bobbles and a spin early on. Worked his way through the field with DOR Cleavesy, who is currently in 13th overall after making his pit stop, and is now all the way up into 4th overall, and is only not far behind the top 3 drivers. I would have to say at least, about 23 seconds behind Beefy. If he's keeping up this pace, stays out of trouble like he has been the last, I'd say 15 minutes or so, he's definitely going to catch those guys. He has the pace to do so. So we're just gonna look around here and see what these guys are doing. Great battles going on. Medicate Nation slowly reeling in Arish. GRT Arish. Yeah. That is it is a very dangerous corner to have an incident in, because the car, it's so slippery on the outside. As soon as you're off that rumble, it's you're in the wall or you're back out into traffic. And luckily, you did neither of those. TPSR. Yep, coming out of the second to last corner there as he's going through the final corner. Fudge had damage at that first incident very early on that we missed in the stream, unfortunately. But he made his pit stop. Yeah, we'll post a clip from the Twitch on our social media and in the Discord. So if you want to see what actually happened from the coverage, you'll be able to see it there. And this will be archived immediately after the race. So if you missed any part of it, it's going up on our YouTube. Zeke from 5th into pits as that, yeah. We also have EXR Thunders in pit lane. Just up the road from him as we have Boone. DOR Boone in pit lane, but has been in pit lane since lap 2. ART Lithium off in the final corner, just going a little bit wide. I wonder if he's starting to feel the tire degradation of 33 laps. Fresh rubber and under an hour to go here. I'm sure he'll be sitting quite pretty. I'm sure Bobby's not happy with the performance of that Lamborghini. Either the tune didn't set right or something. As Elzebor in pit lane, just hitting his pit stall. also have... Yes. Yes. The gap between Lithium and Sayas is slowly decreasing, little by little. It was about 15 seconds near lap 20. Now it's about 11 seconds on lap 34. Looks like Zeke made a move on the Chosen One at some point. Yes. As will Chosen One. Fudge with almost an incident there coming out of turn 3. Dan Maverick in pit lane for his pit stop. Thunder's still in pit lane, so he's probably chilling for a bit. Now, I'm not sure when he came in pit lane, so that's one we'll have to keep an eye on for the pace of his stints. This Chosen One really pushing Zeke at the moment. As... Yeah, enough. I mean... 3-car battle. We've seen it before. 3 to 4 cars is definitely enough to make people push the car a little too hard and start to make mistakes. That's where you got to keep a level head. Heading into the halfway point now here in this race. 50 minutes remaining and 50 minutes completed with 35 laps done by your overall race leader.
Halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Your race control confirmed. My math is correct. I know how to 1 + 1 = 7. Fantastic. Yes, yes. Aston Ash making position up there as Fudge was off track on driver's left right after the kink. With this battle, comes back on track right behind them. But moving quite slow as he spins it just at the bottom of the hill of the kink on driver's right, so he might have some damage or a tire down of some kind or something. Or he just got a little excited, not sure. Yeah, third overall in pit lane. As he comes through. As a few more cars in pit lane. 23 and Blue Flame also coming in pit lane from 4th place. Next car in line is going through the kink in the uphill. And I cannot believe this right now. 17 Porsche ART Lithium coming through the sweeper of the downhill. As your race leader goes through the final corner. About to... So they'll take tires. As race leader will overtake Beefy. I can't not call him that. I refuse to call him the other way. So your race leader now putting everybody besides DORCEA's a lap down. This track is incredibly challenging, especially for this length of a race with our weather conditions that we have here. As you can see, it's optimal track conditions though. 29 degrees Celsius ambient and 30 Celsius track temp. 0 wind. And very, very sunny for California. Optimal conditions. As well as your hosts and commentators here. Myself, TPSR Weasel, and I am sitting right next to TPSRnSmokez. And if you're wondering, we do this quite a bit. I do commentary and hosting for all of the TPSR events, besides a few here and there. DORCEA is finally making his pit stop as he came in pit lane about 15 seconds behind race leader. Ooh, you got a Ferrari of Arish. Getting super squirrely through the second to last corner. Collects it quite nicely. You can definitely see him seesawing at the wheel there to keep it pointed in the right direction, but he lost a position to Medicate Nation in the process. I don't know if that was assisted or not, but the next one up the road will be chosen one. It's the 910 car leaving pit lane right now. Not go a lap down to the 17 of Lithium. See when or if Lithium comes into pit lane. As how hard he's been pushing that car, I predict he will come in pit lane. As we have a BMW off right after the kink, that would be Elzebor. 67 BMW. Oh, as Arish off into the gravel going around the backside. That was incredibly scary. I am sure Elzebor is going to need a new race suit after this. Oh, as he loops it again into the corkscrew, but keeps it off the wall. And he's back pointing in the right direction. Oh, 2 cars off. 2 cars off the top of the hill. I'm not sure who that is. I believe it was the 14 and 92. Yeah, he had some serious damage. Jumped back to pits. And it looks like Johnny Shots is back moving again, but the damage was so bad for DOR Clevesley that he had to quick jump to pits. That is not going to bode well. Very quick so far. That'll put him about 3 laps down for overall race, and he's gone. Yeah, out of the king. He will lose several positions and go all the way back to 9th. Now pointing in the right direction. Yeah, Arish now all over the bumper of that Bentley. Definitely, definitely. This is definitely a race of nutrition, endurance. Yes. Do not have a mandatory pit stop for this event, but for 100 minutes at Laguna for the temps that we have, which is the overall track conditions and nature of it, you're going to have to pit. Yeah, for the length of the race and how hard these guys are pushing, it'd be almost kind of pointless to not pick up tires while you pit. And Sean in 4th overall sees Blue Flame in his mirror now. Oh, as Sean goes a little wide through turn 2, Blue Flame collecting that position quite cleanly and very effectively. Now all the way up into 4th. It's possible, but, I mean, you gotta think that a couple of the cars have already made their stops. Both Sayez, Beefy, and Blue Flame have already made their stops. And he's 5th overall. Got a few Medicated Nation fans in here. Yes, your boy's doing very well. 18 Mercedes. Kind of. And Arish, all together. Arish is there too. You know, all nose to tail heading up the hill into the corkscrew. Going a little wide there from Chosen Ones. Arish making the move and the sweeper, the downhill, but checks up just a bit. Oh, as Chosen goes wide. And no harm, but lost the position and a little bit of pace. You have TPSR Fudge just a little bit further back from them. Not a battle for position. Catching them nonetheless. Off again, yeah? Oh, that's not the one. There we go. This is the 100 minutes of WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca in Assetto Corsa Competizione, hosted by Delta Online Racing and the Paddock Sim Racing, both leagues that host private lobbied events in Assetto Corsa and Forza Motorsport. Our Discords are located below. Links there at our social medias and our YouTube channels. Delta Online also has a Twitch channel. Feel free to check them out if you have not already. Yeah, 4 DNFs. Yeah, he's down 14 laps at this point. Either he got distracted or maybe needed to walk the dogs or something. I don't know. Anything's possible. Yes, honey, I will take out the trash in a minute. Okay, fine, I'll do it now. Okie dokie. Perks of being commentary is we get to take a break. The guys in the cars do not. we get to have a drink. Check my phone. They cannot. As the battle between Medicate Nation, Zeke, Erish still rages on as Chosen One, just a little bit further back in the road after that incident. Track space to them, but the battle here is still very real. As Medicate Nation just ahead of the Bentley and Ferrari. Fantastic job there indeed. Yes. This mid-pack battle has been the battle to watch all race long. It's either been between DOR Sylvie or Blue Flame, PTG Sean, Medicate Nation, Zeke, Erish, and Chosen One, all battling out throughout this entire race pretty much. With the big mix-up that was lap 1, the massive accordion effect into turn 1 definitely threw a bunch of people around. Oh, as you see, Erish making the move on Zeke. Zeke goes wide through the kink at the top of the hill. Yeah, let him off the leash. Yeah, he's out in front. And the more these two battle, he'll definitely pick up pace. It's definitely been a back and forth so far here, especially in the middle. You'll have a driver have a good couple laps, make a move and a pass on the cars ahead. A small little mistake, and everyone's right back in it, like they are right now. As your overall race leader coming through the kink, as he has Blue Flame right behind him. This isn't a battle for overall position, but a battle to get the lap back. For sure, for Blue Flame. Blue Flame starting in pit lane. We keep saying it, but the drive that Blue Flame has been putting on here has been immense. Just a big drive. Yeah, 4th overall and battling the overall leader of ART Lithium to get his lap back at race pace. It's just the speed of that McLaren at the moment is just incredible. No, Lithium has remained out in front. No pits. Yes. Charity Erish in pit lane. As he hits his pit box. He missed his pit box there. Had to back up just a bit. There he goes. Yep. That is huge. That is huge. As we're going to keep our eye on this battle right here of the overall leader and 4th place overall. Not a battle for position at this point in time with 33:30 left on the clock. If Blue Flames has a run, I believe Lithium is just going to let him go because he has a whole lap to get back before the battle is really threatening for the overall leader. And the distance between Lithium that is very true. Ooh, big bobble by Sayas in the downhill sweeper right after the hairpin. Yeah, he's right off, just went off right in front of who was the Chosen One. Yes. Yes. No, but I understand that strategy of trying to keep Blue Flame behind you. Because when you go into pit lane, you don't know how long it's going to take and how fast he'll be once you let him in front. Yeah, that 3 seconds, very vulnerable, very precious to have. As, yeah, I believe he was just letting race leaders by. He's back under power. Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, I'm sure if Blue Flames didn't have that lap 1 incident, I'm sure the battle between Sayas, Beefy, and Lithium right now would be incredibly close. Yes, yes, he has. Yeah, Chosen One also making his pit stop. Yeah, you also got to think that Blue Flame is on much fresher tires than the race leader. He's done. Yeah. Yeah, as PTG Sean also in pit lane. Yeah. Well, you have third place right up the road from Blue Flame at the moment, and Sayas is just now coming into the second to last corner and the last corner, as overall race leader is heading into the corkscrew now. So if he comes into pit lane, takes tires and minimal fuel, he theoretically should come out in front of Sayas if he hits his pit box perfectly. Still out on track, so he's not going to come in. Yes. Jumping around to see where all of the cars are together. Oh, Fudge is off against the wall into the corkscrew. Yeah, he is slow as the 22 car comes through now. Lame. As the 23, third place of Beefy, now in danger from Blue Flame. Just 3 seconds between them as they come through that last sector. That gap drops to 2 seconds within 1 sector. Fudge in pit lane as Johnny Shots in the Lamborghini also in pit lane. Erish also moving up on Dan Maverick. Ferrari's still all together on track, technically. The 520 car is a little further back. Under a half an hour to go here. 51 laps completed thus far out of this 100-minute race. Right up the road from them is PTG Sean in 8th. Lap down from them. This Fudge is rolling out of pit lane. Oh, as Beefy, the 23 car, goes super wide through the second corner there. As they're about to hit the next sector point, and Blue Flame is now right up underneath the wing of that Audi. Yeah, the pace he's given here. It's very true, yes. I'm sure he's going to be switching to map 1 and say I don't need tires anymore to try and keep that McLaren behind him. Yeah, once you have that rapid to chase. So the race leader's coming pits. The 17 is coming into pit lane. I think Blue Flame and Sayas were actually gaining time on overall race leader as he was, coming the downhill. He did. 92 struggling to get back out on track after his spin. Yeah, he is taking tires indeed. As Dior Sayas coming out of the final corner. And he will be put second. Beefy and Blue Flame coming into the final corner now as the 17 car comes out of pit lane. Yep, for the first time we have a new leader. Yes. Blue Flame looking to the inside of Beefy to try and get around. Now on the outside for turn 3. Nope, falls back in behind the Audi. Yes, it is 17. About 10 seconds behind the one. It's very true, very true. Unless he had damage of some kind that we didn't see. Could have been a cut tire from curbs or something like that. We won't know until the after race report. But the decision was made. He only lost 1 position overall with 22 minutes remaining. Yes. Yeah, with a lot of traffic in between them at the moment. A couple cars, but by the time they get around, there'll be a couple more cars. It's the 23 car still holding off Blue Flame. Both Beefy and Blue Flame up the road can see Arity Lithium going around the next corner as they come through a corner. With 80 minutes of racing now completed, the top 4 drivers are still about 35 seconds apart. Yeah, we're currently on board with the 23 car as he's trying to defend his position from Blue Flame. No. Definitely, yeah, he is making that Audi very wide and using the power of that Audi very effectively coming out of a bunch of these corners. So either a massive mistake is going to have to be made, or a very tactical move by Blue Flame is going to have to be done. And Nation right there. Yeah. As your overall race leader is right behind that battle. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very dangerous corner to go side by side through that kink. Very smart move by Blue Flame to file back in line. Yeah, there's a lot going on. You have 5th and 6th battling it out with 7th right there at the door, and your overall race leader right behind that battle as he completes lap 56 with under 20 minutes to go now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he loops it going through. 67 car of Elzebor off in the corkscrew as well. Back on track. Yeah, he's moving quite slowly. Dramatically slow pan of the camera there. Yeah. Yeah, so that's either due to traffic or pace between the two, as there's still quite a few cars in between them or around them. How quickly can they make it through the cars that are a lap down? Your overall leader in 2nd place going through now. Yeah, just under 10 seconds, still shrinking. Yeah, about 9.5 seconds between 1st and 2nd. About another 8 seconds back to 3rd, and 0.3 of a second from 3rd to 4th. Nation as 2nd place is coming up behind him. Garcia is making his way around. Cars road. Yeah, he's definitely pushing that Porsche very hard. Time is still shrinking. First and second. Very small, but it is. Pass those two. Nope, no pass. They'll have traffic coming up as they head into turn 1. We'll see if Blue Flame can find the pick of one of those cars to make the move around Beefy, or... Yeah, looks like ART Lithium is taking about 3/10 every other sector out of your race leader. 16 minutes left to go. Looks like Shots moving out of the way from that battle, not wanting any part of it. Very smart heads-up driving by them. The Ferrari nearly goes off track to avoid that battle. Ooh, into the gravel, just dropping a tire just enough as Blue Flame looks to the inside, doesn't want to risk it for the biscuit just yet. Through the kink they go. Yes, he has. Same time between those two as they are second and third. Though I'm sure Beefy is only looking at his rearview mirror at the moment. This Blue Flame is still all over the back end of that Audi. As Blue Flame looks to the inside, going through the final corner, couldn't quite get the power down like he wanted to. But almost made the move, but he knows that he can now, so do a little bit of strategy. Maybe he'll go next lap. Yep, looking to the inside line through the Andretti turn 2 and 3 there. He's now trying to find a way around as the 12 car is off in the corkscrew. Pointing in the right direction now. Race leader comes to the corkscrew as well. Ooh, big bump of the Dior Sayas went hit the curb on the inside line, super off into the gravel. Yeah, he definitely is going to lose a little bit of time going through that final sector as ART Lithium comes around the corner and can see race leader now as he comes across the line. Yeah, it drops down to about 6 seconds in between the two. And yeah, Blue Flame definitely had a bit of an off somewhere. Blue Flame? Yeah. There's so much happening! Using all the track and then some, definitely. There's still a lot going on. Yep, that is a battle for position in between a battle for position. Just under 13 minutes left to go. Gap between first and second, about 6 seconds. As they're pulling away from third and fourth battle. Battle. all the way through first and second, third and fourth, and fifth and sixth. All battles for positions, but not battles for overall on track. Astonish losing a little bit of distance to Zeke as ART Lithium made his way around. I don't know if that was an off-track excursion trying to be courteous or if that was just a little bit of room gone wrong as ART Lithium goes the inside line through the sweeper into the second to last corner, making the pass very nice. Yes. A lot of ground lost overall between the two. About a second, 1.3 seconds between them. Yeah, he definitely overcooked it going into that turn one there. Now just 5.7 seconds between first and second out on track. Most likely as Sayas making his way around the 67 car of El Zabor. Indeed he has. Yeah. Definitely pushing that McLaren very quickly. I was wondering if Beefy's tires were starting to go as soon as that mistake was made by Blue Flame, because he didn't continue the gap that he had over Blue Flame. Yes. Yeah, the distance between Blue Flame and second place is about 12, nearly 13 seconds. Oh, as ART Lithium nearly spins it heading up the hill out of turn 5. Zeke nearly making the pass back on the Porsche, but allows him to remain ahead. It was nearly, I'd say nearly a second or so. Yeah, now he's 9 seconds behind DOR Sayas. Sayas is out on track by himself, but he has a battle up ahead as Lithium has clean track. And the battle in front of DOR Sayas is a battle for a position. That is Maverick and GRT Erish battling for the 9th position. 9th position overall. Very true. A few minutes left right here remaining. This is the 100 minutes of the WeatherTech racing at Laguna Seca in Assetto Corsa Competizione, hosted by Delta Online Racing and the Paddock Sim Racing, a joint effort to bring more fantastic, fast, and highly skilled racing to you. Nearly 100 minutes down so far at Laguna Seca. 64 laps completed by your overall race leader of WeatherTech. Buttons, there we go. That gap for first and second is once again shrinking as both drivers have clean air, nearly a second in that last lap between Sayez and ART Lithium. And as Blue Flame made his way around Beefy, Blue Flame has cut nearly a second down from second place. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Is that enough to gain, catch, and pass? I don't think so, not unless mistakes are made. They're pushing very hard as both Maverick and Arish now seriously together out on track for that 9th position. Battle there. As the 17 car spins it at the kink. And he'll lose a position to Blue Flame and Beefy. That is 2 positions. So he'll go from 2nd all the way to 4th overall, but is on the tail end of Beefy as he gets back under power with 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the race. Yeah, you're going to want to shoot for that podium position as overall race leader comes through the battle of 9th place between GRT Arish and Maverick, passing them both with no problems there. The distance between Blue Flame now and WeatherTech is about a sector, about half a sector. I'm up to a time here in just a second. $18 seconds. If he had more time, yes. If Sayez makes a mistake, yes. But again, if they stay at the pace that they are, I think WeatherTech is pretty safe. Unless mistakes are made. Yes. But Beefy is not only sweating bullets for losing position to Blue Flame, but also having ART Lithium in his rearview mirror now. Definitely, and we know that the 23 Audi of Beefy can definitely make that car very wide as he held Blue Flame off for a good 20 minutes at least there in the mid portion of this race with 4 minutes to go and 67 laps down. Yeah, that has gone down about a second since the last lap and a half or so. Definitely. As we're still watching the battle between this Arish and Maverick and Zeki and Astonish in the Audi, Bentley, ART Lithium and Beefy, and we're definitely keeping an eye on that time between Blue Flame and WeatherTech, who has just dropped again a second. But Blue Flame, a little bit of a bobble there at the bottom of the hill of the corkscrew. Definitely. This ART Lithium slowly reeling in that Audi of 3rd place. About I would say estimated 2 laps remaining, depending on where Sayas comes across the line once again. He's going to want that perfect finish, so he does not want to have to stay out on track as much as possible. Beautiful line through the Andretti turns. All over the back of the Audi now. If you enjoy this content and this style of racing, don't forget to subscribe to both online racing esports and the Paddock Sim Racing. We're always hosting more events every weekend, pretty much, in both Forza Motorsport and ACC. Oh, ART Lithium with a big power slide through the kink, keeping it pointed in the right direction and under power, only losing nearly, I would say maybe half a second to the Audi. That is a massive save. Massive save. Yes, that is a very quick hands action indeed. But right up the road from them, from Blue Flame and Beefy and Lithium, is the battle between Zeke and Astonish, and that is a battle for position overall, or not overall, but in the way from Dior Sayas. Yes. Yeah, the battle for 5th is now in between the battle for 3rd and 4th, but the battle is behind them. If that makes any sense. It's confusing, I know. Yeah, final lap, 40 seconds remaining on the clock. We'll do a total of 70 laps here at Laguna Seca for an hour and 40 minutes of racing. But yeah, this has been amazing, and it is not over yet with 20 seconds remaining. As Lithium, Beefy, and Blue Flame still relatively close. Any kind of bobble coming through the downhill and the corkscrew, it could be all over. Still about 2 seconds between them. Sayas coming across the line now, lights flashing, checkered flag has flown. Dior Sayas, your overall race leader, as Blue Flame coming through the final corner now. As Zeke got it for 5th. EXR Blue Flame in 2nd, Beefy in 3rd, ART Lithium in 4th. As Medicate Nation will come across the line in 7th. PTG Sean still working his way on the uphill, but the battle for 9th will go to Arish. And Dan Maverick will lose the position in the final corner, heading to the checkered flag. Fantastic racing. As we're riding on board the Ferrari of the 520, as the chosen one will come across the line, had some fantastic runs so far this race. Yes, that was your overall race there. That was some fantastic racing. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening for the 100 minutes. Yeah, so the 100 minutes. I did too. It'll do that no matter what. Even if it wasn't, all you would have is them going back into pit lane anyway. So, definitely. So, what I take away from this is Blue Flame is insane. He is very, very fast boy. That would be, if we had a driver or run of the event, I would have to, hands down, give it to Blue Flame. Because mainly of the overall pace, started from pit lane, had a couple offs early on in the race, as well as a spin, still came back to win it 2nd place overall.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Yes. Yeah, and just the overall consistency, the pace, and the clean driving from your top, I don't know, 8 drivers. It was immense. I can't. It just unfathomably quick and consistent and concise. The pace was out of them. Dior says a brilliant pit strategy as well as beefy, but the overall pace of Lithium in his early stints and on fresh tires was a force to be reckoned with. Uh, yeah, they led all the way up until about, I would say, 25 minutes left in the race. It, it could have been a mistake. There could have been underlying circumstances for the taking of tires, or he just felt that he couldn't continue with the pace that he had on those tires. Uh, I do think it was a mistake. If he had the grip and the consistency pace of running with those tires, but you saw towards the end of that, towards the checkered flag, he was pushing very hard. I don't think he could have pushed that hard with the older tires, and he was still making a few mistakes here and there. True, true. As well as the missing the pit box. He did miss his pit box. He had to readjust. Yeah. So I think if he would have hit his pit box a little sooner, he would have came out in a little fresher air and would have been a much closer to Seiya's coming out of the pits. Definitely. Yeah. Huge shout out to the Delta Online Racing team and us, the Paddock Sim Racing team. Your commentators are both from TPSR, TPSR Weasel, and TPSRnSmokez. Uh, Both have amazing leagues and events going on in ACC and in Forza Motorsport. If you are so inclined to check those out, check the links of our social medias and how to contact us below on the little banner. Um, we're going to wrap it up. If you missed any of the events or you missed the race, or if you want to watch any of our previous races, this will all be up on our YouTube, and we will post on our social media the beginning of our race from the Twitch channel because the actual stream lagged and we had to miss it. But the fantastic racing here indeed. Uh, any final thoughts or statements to close the official stream on? Definitely, definitely. I just want to give all of our drivers, even the ones that DC'd, definitely a 10 out of 10. Racing etiquette and overall cleanness and performance was fantastic on all accounts. There was no dirty driving. We had a few couple like hip incidences of drivers just being too close to each other and not knowing. This track is very slippery in nature due to the sand. Yeah, but all racing incidences, and nobody had any severe uh like infractions to really delegate to anybody. It was fantastic racing. Fantastic indeed. Definitely. This went very well, so look forward to more coming from us in DOR and the Paddock Sim Racing. All right, we're going to sign off now so we can upload this to our YouTube and throw it up on our social media. A big shout out to uh, everybody at Delta and everybody at TPSR who helped put this event together. We will see you in our next event. All right, Weasel out.